Wait, that thing can clap?
That was my fiercest familiar. Oh,
That
impressive.
that's its voice?
It's the voice I was giving the other nerds.
Oh my
Look at
god,
the
it's
big
one
stupid
of those,
tail. Oh my god, is that not a banga? It's something else, but
no, it's one of those dog people.
yeah, they're adorable. That's the exact voice I gave
why it's
them
not like
earlier.
that. Yeah, I was going to
Making
say,
on.
that's the
Just
exact
good to
voice.
see you again after
Yeah.
all these years.
How did I know?
And
Months in
judging by
advance.
your vigorous greeting, I dare say the feeling is mutual. To be sure, a simple shake of the hand would have sufficed by way of welcome, but I shan't complain. But you must be wondering as to the
I will.
purpose of our visit. We come to beg your assistance in a most urgent matter.
On New Mo.
Shake? Beg?
Our comrades' very souls are in danger. If we are to save them,
That voice,
we will
though.
need the benefit of your unsurpassed knowledge on the matter. Please, will you not sit and hear our plea?
Oh, how dare you! How dare you speak thus in my presence! It was to escape such words of temptation that I hid myself from the world of men. You are sinners, one and all, and I swore never again to have any part in your affairs.
I can only imagine what terrible events forced you into a life of seclusion. But I know that the Numo are a good and noble folk. It is not in your nature to turn a blind eye to the plight of those around you. And in treating with us, I am certain whatever mistrust you feel for man will begin to heal.
What the? Is this like an attack? Are they attacking this poor creature?
If you will not be satisfied, I suppose I could listen. After all, there's no harm in just... No, I mustn't. Not again. That damn court mage seemed to have the best of intentions too, and countless innocents died for my naivety.
God.
Oh, you know not what you ask of me, what horrors my knowledge has wrought.
Would never misuse it.
You wish only to save your friends? Nothing more? Do you swear it?
No. No.
Oh, very well. I will hear your petition, but that is all. And I expect fitting payment for my troubles.
Commensurate with your contribution to our cause. No more and no less, I promise you. With that settled, might I impose upon you to join us at the Crystarium? I'm afraid the nature of my friend's predicament calls for absolute secrecy.
And these halls echo.
Yeah, so I had a third option during that cutscene.
Yeah, I did too.
Oh, it's only
Interesting.
archer, bard, machinist, and dancer. That means I can't use this
For
top
what?
for my current build.
I'm sure there's probably an equivalent for your tank.
It's annoying. I could
You
have
just gotta
gotten
grind for it.
Could have gotten the tank one, but somebody else didn't grind for it. There you are. The others have gone ahead to the Crystal Tower with beg lug. For the
Oh,
record,
you get
I
the
truly
drop
wish
from
we
the
hadn't
drop
had to resort to using such words when treating with them. I've ever sought to convince, not compel. Yet I cannot deny that a part of me is glad Orianja shared his knowledge of the new Mo with us. Had he not, Beg Luke wouldn't be here. Speaking of whom, we should hurry. To keep our guest waiting would only add insult to injury. Bum 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 bum. I mean, out to the great cosmos with a party of NPCs to make these. No, shut up. We mustn't dally here any longer, hero. If Becklug is to hear the truth of our travails of the first, you of all people should be present.
Okay, bye.
There's a different. Ah, that one's
Back
even.
we go.
That one shows even more skin. Oh, it's got a mangy, weird tail, though.
What?
The one in chat.
The offending
One
version.
Quest?
The one in chat, that's the tank version.
Oh.
It's got like a stranger looking tail.
Hello? Right arm, please? Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, it does that. Ugh, I don't like how it's tight at the end. That sounds painful. But I do like the skirt, actually looks better on me.
Whoop.
I can make it work. Wait, oh shit. Hold on, let me look at it again. Is it dyeable? You can't
so?
dye it. Boo.
No,
Okay. I guess maybe I would change my hair color to match the color of it, of the tail. But it's
Which
a
would
real
be
bummer.
white, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, business in the Crystallium Tower. Yeah, dude, I'm the only guy who comes and goes in this place. Come on, why do you
Yeah.
keep asking me?
You might recognize me. I saved the world again.
Technically,
even
you've
my
saved
home
two different
world.
worlds multiple times now.
Again. Those are some really big gauges that you took out to get those
I'm
ears.
sorry. You mean to tell me not only that the return of night was your doing,
Maybe he just
but
twirled
that
too
you
hard.
hail from another world as well?
Everything we told you, of the source, the shards, the 7 Umbral Calamities, all of it is true. I realize how fantastical it sounds, and I would not blame you for doubting our testimony. But given your expertise, you must surely have noted the peculiar nature of their souls.
Any other time and I would have dismissed your stories as balderdash and flummery. But upon closer inspection, 'tis plain their souls are far denser than is normal, and that they do not possess true bodies. Save you. Your body is your own, and your soul is the densest
Rude?
of them
I work
all.
out?
As I said before, were it not for their heroism, the skies over Norvrant would still be awash with light, the realm yet at the mercy of 4-3 and the Sin Eaters. After all they have done for our home, seeing them safely back to their own, it seems the very least we can do.
Your tale is intriguing. Yes, very intriguing indeed. Simply to hear it is fitting payment in itself. As for your friends, I can but agree. Their valorous deeds on behalf of Norvrant are deserving of recognition, of their own fitting payment.
You will help us then?
I will. I would see my knowledge put to good use for a change. I do have one condition, however. I am not the spry young Numo I once was. As such, I will require assistance in my fieldwork and testing.
It would be our pleasure. We'll be laboring for our own benefit after all.
Wish my cursor could be a hand so I can pet the dog.
Pet, 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 pet.
Pet, 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 pet.
If we hadn't already met the Bonga, I would have thought that was what they were.
Mm.
We met the Bonga in that one thing last expansion.
Oh, shit. Wait.
From one cutscene into another.
Everyone in there?
Yep.
You spun quite a tale, but tell me, have you given any thought as to how you might return to your world?
Bop, 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 bop.
Bum, 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 bum. Quite Arthite, you say? An intriguing proposition. But one which fails to account for the present state of your souls. They have become highly charged, likely as a consequence of having maintained tangible forms for so long. In such an energetic, unstable state, there is no telling what may happen to their souls within the Arthite. Oh, they could very well become immune to transference, never to be restored to their bodies.
Then, would it be possible to force our souls into a state of dormancy prior to transference?
In theory, yes, but the soul is not a candle that can be snuffed out and relit on whim.
Well, that sounds ominous. What exactly would rendering our souls dormant entail?
In order to maintain a corporeal form, your souls constantly draw aether from the surroundings. This process must be halted and the resulting surfeit of aether removed. Your minds would ultimately be separated from these fox bodies of yours, rendering you incapable of interacting with the world around you. A cruel fate under normal circumstances, but one which will be rectified upon your return home. Okay, thanks.
Leaving lifeless husks, like those poor souls at the inn of Journey's Head. Corrupted by the Sin Eaters, their aether made stagnant by the light.
Corrupted? Stagnant? Might I see these unfortunate individuals?
Why? Do you think you might be able to help them?
I might, or I might not, but I can't know for sure until I see them in their condition firsthand.
Then I would be glad to take you to them, on the understanding that you won't do anything which might increase their suffering.
It was my faith in man I lost, not my compassion.
Well, I see no need for us all to accompany you. While you escort our guest to the inn, I will assist Eorzea in creating the requisite Arasite.
I believe my talents would be better applied to that endeavor as well. Might I leave the three of you to assist Beck Lug as the next
Let us make for our meringue then.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Off we go.
At Journey's
This is
Head.
my favorite part of the game.
Any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Anyway, was it near here? Wait, no, it's not.
No,
A fool I was.
I'll take you there. Follow me.
I love the umbrella dance. Bzzz.
So this is Howrick, is it? Yes, his etheric balance leans periodically towards the light. Towards stasis.
What do you suppose will happen to him?
Not too bright, are you, boy? The same as all poor souls corrupted by the light. He'll become a sin eater.
You don't know that. We've defeated the wardens and banished the light from the night sky. Havoc was completely unresponsive before, but now...
But now, yeah. Sometimes he farts a little. Then perhaps there is hope. If I may, there is a treatment I wish to administer to the patient.
What sort of treatment?
I'm going to break him.
Over my
In the
knee.
course of my in the course of my studies of the soul, I once created a tonic which could temporarily stimulate the aether in one's body. After some refinement, it came to be used by the Knights of Volbort. Then for far darker purposes. Lest it fall into the wrong hands, I swore never to make it again, but for their sakes, I will break that oath. It's not like to reverse the stagnation, mind you, but it should offer some measure of relief. Great, we're gonna get some kind of weird... it's a weird medicine from his bone marrow or something. He's gonna feed it to children. This isn't good.
Todden.
What am I supposed to give this guy? Soul tonic?
The thing we just talked about.
I didn't listen.
Todden stares blankly at you. It seemed the tonic had no effect. You've mastered the art of reading something without reading it.
Right? Good skill if I do say so. Huh? What is this warmth I feel in my chest?
That's the dude.
Well, you know what?
Well, he sounds like that.
He's
Canonically.
a dude that sounds like that, canonically now.
Come now, you mustn't fret. I feel warm. And my legs, they don't feel as heavy. We turn our backs on them and they'll explode.
Oh.
It's like what happened to, what was it? Tien's friend?
Oh, the little mime?
Didn't he like expand and explode or something?
Yeah, he did get like thrown in the air and then shot like one of those pool pucks, and it just like exploded. Yeah, I remember that. God, that was great. Now then, have you noted any change in the patients?
A notable rise in body temperature and increased motor function. In most of the patients, at least. The more severely afflicted show no response.
As I feared then. 'Tis true that with the restoration of night, the corrupting influence of light will no longer grow, and yes, as their bodies will naturally return to equilibrium given time. But this holds true only for the corporeal ether. Their incorporeal ether, that is the soul, is not so easily mended.
Which is why those in later stages of corruption, like Halric, appear unaffected by your tonic.
Precisely. So the kid's dead. The boy's soul is too far gone. His mind held together by the finest of threads. Oh, God.
Ugh.
There is a chance he may one day recover, of course, but it could take years, decades even.
By the gods. He could wake to find himself an old man. A fine reward for his persistence. The opportunity to mourn the life he never had a chance to live.
At least he gets a damn life, though. I don't know, man. Is that
No.
so bad?
There must be something we can do. Look, I realize this is not why we petitioned your aid, but do you think it possible we can find a way to hasten their recovery?
Maybe.
I call it For Loco.
Just pulls a can out and just snaps it open.
It's an upper and a downer.
One might say the light and the dark. Nor do I think it impossible that in treating them, we might learn something of relevance to your own predicament. All right, determination. Fill myself with determination.
Relevance.
Mm-mm.
Sitting here hitting me with relevance.
Don't say it like that. People are gonna make fun of you.
Don't say it like that. How dare you?
I suspect the Crystal Exarch has told you of my past. That I was once a mage of the royal court of Obert, and that soulcraft was my field of study. That tonic you administered to the patients here is one of the fruits of my labors. I hope to do great things for the kingdom. But in the end, my knowledge brought only suffering. The plague, a plague the likes of which none had ever seen. In the hands of unscrupulous men, what should have been my greatest triumph instead became my greatest shame. I don't know. It's,
You have two options or three here.
Chance.
And now you have a
three
chance to
options.
redeem yourself. I have two options.
What? Really? Oh, it's because the tank class. That I do. A comforting thought indeed. But let us return to the task at hand. Finding a means by which we might revitalize these people's incorporeal ether.
Do you think it can be done?
With the sky still ablaze with primordial light, I would call it an exercise in futility. But now we may have a chance. The method I have in mind will entail the conjuring of a familiar. They are able to amplify the energies poured into them, making them the perfect conduit for the aether revitalizing magics we will ultimately employ.
If you're about to launch into a lengthy explanation of the metaphysics of your plan, don't bother. I'd rather get on with doing whatever it is that needs to be done if it's all the same to you. Whatever reagents must be procured or spells invoked, I'll do it.
Jesus. Alright.
She always like this?
I admire your spirit. Very well, your first task will be to gather the necessary materials. The purest of waters and finest of clays, as well as the Fey lantern brimming with pixie magic, and a snapple.
If you're convinced the resulting familiar could help the patients, fine. For now, the water and clay will be simple enough, but I think you know that what we'll have to do to get the lantern. You don't mean... The pixies took quite a liking to us before. If we humor them with our company, I'm sure they'll be willing to help us. Fine. We'll pay a visit to Ilmeg. Though I never thought you would be the one to suggest going back there.
I'm impressed you've been there at all, let alone befriended the Fey folk. Oh, while you're about it, seek out the pneumo of Foul A. They will be able to supply you with water suitable to our needs.
Right. Let's get this over with, shall we?
Oh my god. Sorry.
You doing all right?
Something's wrong on my game client with the kid in the chair. And the way he's sitting, apparently his fingers extend all the way to the edge of the table, but his hand isn't close by, so he just has salad finger level fingers going on.
I
It's fine,
like
don't worry about it.
rusty spoons.
It was just like really off-putting for a second because I realized it, and then my brain went like, that can't be right. And so it did a second take. I was like, oh no, it's worse the more I look at it. So it's just a lot of horror in 1 second. There still remains the matter of the clay. Might I prevail upon you to find it? I mean, I guess so. I'm the only one left, right?
I guess I'll look for some dirt, I guess. I'm looking for dirt.
Is he like that now? Oh my god, he is! Oh no! Oh god! Look at my stream! Child!
1 second. I'm trying to right now. Hang on.
This is upsetty spaghetti.
What
have you
is going
done?
on with this?
What have you done? What have you done? You did this somehow.
Oh no.
You did this. This is your fault.
Oh no.
You're responsible for this. You're to blame.
Anybody else?
You are. That's not how he looks like in the game, no.
Oh dear.
That
Oh,
is-
someone said maybe he's turning into a sin eater. Oh,
Oh no! No!
oh god, this poor thing. I don't think he needs like clay or something. I think he needs like a hatchet.
I
With his
forgot.
fingers
I forgot
around
about.
his size.
I forgot about my fucking adventure plate. It's funny.
What? What is your adventure plate?
Genius.
Oh yeah, the cut in threes.
I forgot about that.
Genius. All right, what do you got? Way from Arang would be the best. Know you of anyone who might be able to assist us? Well, you wouldn't believe it.
I could ask the miners at Twine.
Ah, yes, they will be able to point you in the right direction. I am sure. While you and the twins are occupied, I will see if there's an there is aught else I can learn of the stagnation which afflicts the people here. Okay. I think we can do. Fucking kid, goodbye, kid.
The terror child.
This isn't happening for anybody else, right?
No, it's you
Okay,
broke
no
something.
one else's fingers. No, I'm looking at any other characters in this area. Like, why is it just the child's hands? That's what I'm concerned about. Everyone else's hands seem fine. The kid's not doing anything in particular. Yeah, what the hell?
I couldn't say.
Whose hands is he wearing?
I mean, the only thing I can think of is that you've got something going on that's applying it over a different model.
Yeah, he's a unique character model because he's a weird little child.
Yeah.
The way you dangle from this mount is amazing.
One day I'll have it. Who is this guy? Wait, who is this guy?
It's Magnus.
Oh, the
Hero.
other.
Well, what a coincidence. He's the one that had the tragic backstory with his wife buried over there.
Oh yeah, yeah, he has a dead wife. I forgot about that.
Yeah. This is the weird plot cul-de-sac town that was just not very good, and then ended with Thancred fighting the bad guy, and it seemed like Thancred might have died.
Right.
It was the
I
Golem
lost on
people.
that one.
Who were these two
Who was
people again?
Thaf? I'm trying to remember with Thaf.
I think one was Andrew and one was purple. So I'll take one of them.
Do you want to be the gruff guy or the
Or the twink?
person?
I'll take this guy. You've come at a good time. We've just this moment finished repairing the Talos and trolley you lot took to Navatharang.
The trolley was no trouble. The Talos would have been another matter had we not had a visit from Master Chai. He offered us a share of the leftover building materials from Daedal Stoneworks, as well as a few trade secrets to help us along.
Clever man, that Chai Nuz. He seemed pretty keen on the ideas I had for putting the giant Talos to work. Like a giant trolley, but Magnus still refuses to see all the good we could do with it.
You're entitled to your dreams, Jarek. That doesn't mean you can go harassing our guests with them. Master Chai was just being polite.
Something tells me that Hero here didn't come all this way to talk about trolleys. What is your need, friend?
Hey, you don't know that.
Our trolley problem, if you will.
Oh no.
I see. And this familiar requires clay from Amarang.
Well, I guess that explains why his wife's dead. And why those three are
Oh my
still alive.
gosh.
Oh no.
I don't think he did the trolley problem on his wife. Like,
Well, look no further. If anyone can find you some quality clay, it's us.
Saying that, it isn't exactly a commodity nowadays. But there must be some looking around somewhere or other. They need to be dug up. Yeah, you dig
I like
down
the
near
idea
water.
that I like the idea that like the kid's just like, yeah, clay. I have some in my pocket, and he just starts pulling clay, like wet clay, out of his pocket.
I mean, you could literally just make
clay.
you could literally just make clay by adding water to dirt.
Yeah, it's
It
probably
could be
something
a
specific.
special kind of dirt, though.
There's dirt everywhere. I'm sure we'll find a patch of whatever
Again,
special dirt
there's
is needed.
specific. That's what I'm saying. That and that's where you get it. You got to go deep into the mines and dig for that special
speaking
dirt.
geologically, clay refers to a very specific grain size. Clay
Oh,
is
does it?
not silt
So it
and
could
is
be-
not sand.
It's somewhere in between, isn't it?
Yeah, clay is finer than silt, if I remember correctly.
Wow, that
And
sounds
sand
kinda
is
smooth.
sand is coarser than silt.
So we need to
Yeah,
find
sand is not.
sand and then grind it into a powder.
Or you could find clay. The
Or-
goal. You need to make
yes,
clay.
but the problem is we need water for clay.
You do not need water for
If he just
clay.
grabs dirt and starts like rubbing in his hands furiously, to
It's still
grind
clay.
it down.
It's still clay when it's dry.
Yeah, clay doesn't
That's
have to
fair.
be wet.
If I'm not mistaken, there was a time when they used to take clay from Mount Biran mines to make adobe bricks. Place is
So you have to pay
swarming with
monthly for it?
coyotes now, but if you're after the good stuff, you could do worse than to look there.
I feel like coyotes are the least of our troubles. I think we can like deal with that.
The idea that coyotes are the problem is adorable, given that we've like the ending
Yeah.
of the main story ended with us fighting a god in space.
Also, we just got done fighting a robot that shot a hole in a mountain. So like, I don't know, it might be kind of cool. We fought a giant communist robot that is a concept that doesn't exist in this society yet. It's crazy.
What, communism?
Well, I mean, probably specifically that communist.
Oh, you
don't
mean
think
Marx
exists yet.
specifically?
Yeah.
I was
think
like,
Marx specifically
I was like,
exists in
Final
this
Fantasy
world yet.
XIV probably features some communes.
Well, what is this? Destination. Oh.
Some of the groups we've met have probably technically been communes.
There's communists in this game? I've been deceived. Japan did it. They tricked me.
Pristine clay. Wow. Hyping it up a bit, are we?
Wow. What the hell?
Who
Why can't
found
they execute?
combat?
Oh, it's a coyote. Get out.
Not the coyotes that we were promised would be a problem. What will we do? Where's the third
Oh my
one?
god, why are there so many? Well, I could tell you if I wasn't busy fighting these things.
Oh, I forgot that I have different buttons when I'm not level locked. Like the shotgun.
Okay. It's probably on the top, maybe?
What is wrong with their canines? It's probably not up top because they usually don't require flying.
True. How come I don't see it on my
I mean, they already got 3
Not in the
pieces,
right
so.
place.
Oop. I do not see the
did?
third one.
Oh, there it is. It's over
Oh, there it
here.
is.
Well, at least you have the teleport available to you.
Yeah.
Without that,
does
where
make
would
it
we be?
Oh no, Cute's got a coyote.
No.
This music's real fun.
How will we defeat it? With gun? Or critical gun?
That might be able to
Bullet.
go. It's just a coyote.
Coyote's nuts.
Throw dirt at this dog. Here's your dirt.
Pocket clay.
Pocket clay. The twins have returned, and in one piece of that, I was convinced the pixies would turn at least one of them into a garden ornament, but no. What? Wait, you have the clay, I take it? Yeah, here you go, old man.
Yeah, the pixies have a tendency to turn people who mess with them
No, I knew
into
that, but I mean,
the
like, he
shrubs.
just didn't even warn them about that. He was just like, yeah, okay. I mean, they said they want to go. I'll just let them go. I'm not going to tell them that sometimes people get turned into that.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Well, we need but combine the clay and the water, then heat the mixer with the Fey Lantern. After that, it will be a simple matter of settling upon the suitable form and performing the necessary incantation.
Backlog, I have a question. In the event that we had need of this spell and you weren't around, would it be possible for another to perform the incantation?
Assuming they possess the requisite skill, yes.
Halwick and the others have suffered so much, and I swore to do everything in my power to save them. If there is a chance the spell could do that, I would be the one to evoke it.
Mayhap you should be the one to do so. A deep understanding of the subject's physical state, combined with a strong desire to help them, can drastically increase the magic's effect. And you're more familiar with these people than I am.
I dare say there are few in all of Novrant are more dedicated to finding a cure. Is that not so, hero? Very few, but if that should go awry, I'll see what I can do. Is that a challenge? Well, I'll be damned if I let it come to that.
And then we are all of mind of the matter. Alface, I'll be the one to conjure the familiar. Oh, the fingers are back. Hurry, cure this kid, please. It's terrifying.
Let us begin. I trust you've prepared the clay.
Throw a bag of dirt at the kid.
Very good. Now, I would have you sculpt for me a porksy. Plump with floppy ears and a short curly tail.
A porksy. I think I know what you mean.
casually whipped out your hand sculpting skills.
There we are. How's that?
Well, it is certainly creative. There's no denying that.
Yes, I'm no artist. Very funny.
Pay him no mind, child. Though it may look like a grotesque parody of reality, it is what the invoker believes that matters.
You're not helping.
What the fuck?
Even she just
But I speak the
insulted her.
truth. If successful, this incantation will
Rose.
turn imagination into reality. Which is why the only thing of import is what you believe this figure embodies. You must focus. Hold the
Oh, there goes
Porxie's
Gravity.
image steady in your mind's eye. Now then, as I taught you, relax and allow your energies to flow.
Or we will all die.
With flesh of clay I bid thee rise, on wings of dreams to touch the skies. What once was idle fantasy, I call forth to reality.
Not bad for a first attempt. Now, let us see what can be done for young Halric.
Now kill it. Here's fingers. What?
Through the operation of the magics you invoked to animate this familiar, it is now replete with the energies required to stir the boy's soul. You need but give it a name, and it will do as your heart desires.
A name. All right, I've decided. Now.
I don't think it's that big
Go,
a deal. Just come up with
Angelo!
one.
Now kiss.
I mean, his hands still look bad, but... Oh no, they're moving.
Mother,
Oh.
Well, that was upsetting.
That was quite upsetting to look at. Oh no. Okay, let's just put the kid back in the chair, please. is less threatening then.
How is he, Beck Luke? Did it work?
I believe it did. You and your fledgling familiar have done well. If my eyes do not deceive, a hint of color has returned to his soul.
Gods, I would jump for joy if I weren't so exhausted. We're so close now, Halric.
Oh god, I hope.
As you are even now in the process of discovering, this magic asks much of the invoker. What you may not have realized is that the same is also true of the subject. As such, we must proceed with caution. However, with further treatment, I have the utmost confidence the boy will make a full recovery. Observing the reanimation of his stagnant soul has been most enlightening. I will need time to put my theories to the proof, but I believe I can fasten a spell to produce the opposite effect. That is, to induce stagnation.
Thus enabling our safe transport back to the source via our site. A thought occurred to me about this treatment. Beck Luke said when the soul is rendered dormant, the mind is separated from the body, that a person becomes incapable of interacting with the world around them. Doesn't that sound a lot like some of the tempered back at the source? Not really. It is the fate of most tempered to become slaves to primals, save in a handful of cases. Or am I missing something? If I can master this technique, the art of revitalizing the soul, I know of at least one in the source who would desperately use such treatment. Gabu. Exactly. His condition is uncannily similar to Halric's, is it not? The only difference being that his soul was suffered with earth-aspected aether instead of light, suffused. It follows that his soul is subject to a similar kind of stagnation. There may be a chance we can save him, right?
Forgive me, but who is this Gabu fellow of whom you speak?
Blah, 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 blah.
I see. His condition does sound similar, yet there is much more about the soul that remains unknown even to me. I say this not to discourage you, you understand, but to remind you that this is delicate work we do here, work requiring patience.
Of course. And as long as there is hope for the patients here, I will devote whatever time is needed to see this through. But I refuse to spend this time in idleness. If it's all the same to you, I'd like to stay here with Angelo and continue with their treatment. The two of you should return to the Crystarium with Beck Luke and see if you can't make some headway with the newly positioned theories.
I would tell you the rest, but I see you're not to be convinced. Ah, the fire of youth.
Ah, the French. Let us return to the Crystarium, then.
I don't know who this is.
Finally, I've found you, says someone.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
the
the art cat.
The artist from the city that fell in the water?
that was thrown out into the water. Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, Sheer. What are you doing all the way out here?
Oops. Who is this kid? You? Me? Who is this kid?
I don't remember.
I don't remember
Whatever.
Been a while.
There's trouble back in Yulemore. Lady Chai's beside herself, sighing, pacing, the whole lot. Near enough begged me to go and find you.
We need somebody to keep track of who's voicing whom at this point.
They
There's
have
too
an
many-
Excel spreadsheet.
There's too many
Yeah,
characters,
like-
and then you'd have to somehow remember. You'd also still have to somehow track what the voices themselves were, which good luck. Like, how do you write down what a voice is?
You'd have to make a soundboard of like some word.
Yeah,
like
we'd have to like have a
stable
stable of specific voices we always call back on and have them and all those voices would have to have like names that we can understand as a voice actor. Sighing and pacing, you say? It must be urgent.
I think it will be. Yeah, I will be returning to the Crystallium alone. Go on then. It's not if I have anything for you to do.
Thank you, Becklug.
Yeah. Sorry for bothering you and all that, but she says the future of Ulamore is at stake.
Alright.
Oh no! That's never happened before.
Again, you say.
Lady Chai's up in the parlor. Best not to keep her waiting, eh?
Okay. We did it.
Oh, so this is not the kid that got thrown out. That we replaced.
Oh, is that the one that was trying to get in?
It's the person that got in using Alphino's idea, but then got caught.
Oh.
So many characters.
There's a lot of characters.
There do be a lot of characters.
There do be.
Well, not here seems out of the ordinary, though I do not see Lady Chai anywhere.
Hello?
Probably pacing around outside again, staring off into the distance and all that, sighing.
Sigh. Strange.
Sigh.
Let's see if we can find her and discover the source of her distress.
Sad.
Lay sigh.
The song. Where are you, lady? Hello? Hello.
Where are you,
there you
lady?
Are. Aha. Oh, where
Are
are
you
you,
around the
lady?
corner?
Are you around the corner? Hello?
Candelabra.
What is wrong with your cape? Why is it
Ah,
floating like
physics.
It's very windy out here. We're outdoors. And high up.
Oh, thank heavens you're here.
Lady Chai, whatever is the matter?
I knew not where else to turn. Oh, this is all too much for my poor heart to bear alone.
Alone? What of Master Chai?
But that is the very reason I summoned you. He's gone.
Damn, he finally gave up?
What?
To shreds, you
happened?
say?
It all began after the events at Mount Gulg. With Lord Vorthry out of the way, we all agreed that a new leader must be chosen.
And so you held an election?
Yes, well, sort of. Not a single person volunteered to stand, you see. After a lifetime of leisure, we free citizens have grown somewhat indolent. Readapting to the harsh realities of life is trying enough, but to take charge of a broken city as well, no one wanted such responsibility. Nevertheless, Ulamore could not well do without a leader, and so we decided that anyone and everyone should be considered a candidate. And after we cast our ballots and tallied the votes, the mayorship fell upon my dear husband.
Well, given the manner in which he orchestrated the construction of the giant Talos, none could deny his leadership qualities.
But even before then, he had proven himself at Daedalus Stoneworks, don't forget. He is more than qualified for the role. The perfect choice. Indeed. I told him as much when his victory was first announced. But perhaps I was too forceful in my attempt to encourage him. For shortly after that, he vanished without a word.
You believe he was so daunted by the burden of leadership that he felt compelled to flee? Please, Lady Chai, dry your eyes. Your husband does not strike me as the sort of man who would abandon his duty, much less his beloved wife. There has to be some other reason for his absence.
You truly think so? What about you? What do you think has become of my husband?
I was hungry.
I don't know. What?
Oh, dear Lord.
Police?
Sorry, but I think he's fled.
Rude.
What?
Rude.
Nay, my friend. The one thing he has not done is flee. Of that I am convinced.
Damn.
Through the most testing of times, he has ever
Got her.
remained at Lady Chai's side, placing her happiness before his own. He would not abandon her now.
He wanted to run from the whole Talos construction thing. He was a little baby at that.
Wherever he may have gone, rest assured we will find him.
I'm trying to look reassuring now after having just said the opposite.
Thank you, my dear boy. You have set my mind at ease.
Such a hero you
I
are.
will trust in my husband and await his return.
Skill speed. Probably. Critical hit. Wow.
Oopsie, what did I just do? Oops.
I don't know. Put some.
I accidentally
Pants on?
pressed B at this screen, and so it undid the entire conversation. There you go. I just had to skip the cutscene again. I don't want. I didn't want pants on.
Wow.
I found leather boxers.
Well, who am I?
It makes no sense for Master Chai to have left without a word. But even if he had, he would not have done so unobserved. Someone here will have seen something, I am sure of it.
Go talk to 3 people.
If we should split up and inquire as to whether anyone saw him leave, or failing that, if they have any idea where he might have gone. I will meet you at the Glory Gates to compare notes later on. Speak to 3 people. No more, no less. Don't be an overachiever now.
Oh.
The canopy, the buttress, and the derelicts.
Master Chai.
Meow.
Why, yes, I spoke with him recently, though I recall he was in a rather dour mood. Concerned about Yulmore's neglect of industry, you see. With Lord Vothry's apparent inexhaustible stores of meal, and no great need for money, it's little wonder our businesses were all but forgotten under his rule. But I assured Master Chai that the Boutique of Splendors will do all it can to contribute to the revival of trade here in Yulmore, which seemed to satisfy him. He took his leave soon after.
The stagnant
Exchange.
state of business in Ulmore.
Okay,
Wow. So
Buttress.
stagnant.
And, okay, so we should head to the Glory Gate.
Oh.
Inside.
Inside? I thought it's outside.
Korneni. Looking for Master Chai, are you? Something to miss? When last I saw him, he seemed ready to collapse from exhaustion. I insisted he rest and catch his breath. We talked for a while. about his concerns over the city's defenses, amongst other things. He made more than a few valid points, many of our men still recovering after your confrontation with Lord Vothry, and finding General Ranjit in a heap in the middle of the plaza shook us all to the core. The man commanded no small amount of loyalty, and some of our longest-serving soldiers seemed lost without him. Indeed, a number of them left. Not that we blame you, of course. Without you and yours, we would still be blind to the error of our ways. Anyway, funding permitting, I propose replenishing our ranks with volunteers from the derelicts at Gate Town. We have a duty to protect not only Yulmore, you see, but the surrounding regions of Calusia as well, and I, for one, would welcome any man or woman willing to take up arms for that cause. Indeed, I told them as much, and he seemed relieved to hear it. It was on that note that we parted ways. He headed outside, as I recall. The perilous state of Yulmore's defenses.
Yay.
And the derelicts are over there. So over to the right.
You can teleport there faster, Keith. What are you doing? No.
No.
You fool.
Wow, we all got here at the same time.
I recall a man fit in that description. Asked to speak with the poor buggers lately come from right. Said he wanted to know the state of things down in the derelicts. And you can be sure we gave him an earful. Lack of food, medicine, clothing, there was plenty to tell. We hunt high and low for whatever we can scavenge, and it's barely enough to fill our bellies. But folk here just don't want to survive. They just want to thrive. When we heard that, he started mumbling to himself. Something about finding us work, I think. Fair play to him, though. Not content with having his ear chewed out about the derelicts, he asked about the other settlements as well. After that, can't really say. Looked like he was headed to Gate Town when I last saw him.
The poor living conditions of Calusia is downtrodden.
Oh. Sad. Haha, you cannot trick me.
Oh,
You
ho, ho,
think that
ho.
teleporting is your ally.
Yeah, I'm here first.
I'm right here.
I beat you both times.
Wow.
there you are.
Where'd Effie go?
How did you fare?
I'm here.
Have you learned anything which might offer a clue as to the Master Chai's whereabouts? These notes that I didn't have in my inventory, but I'll pretend I had in my inventory.
What are they written in blood?
Interesting. He apparently paid a visit to the Queen Bee as well. They discussed the possibility of granting admission to customers from outside Yulmore, an idea to which the proprietor was surprisingly receptive.
Sounds like he's got big plans for the place. Yulmore, I mean, not the bee.
Perhaps, but the question remains, where did he go after leaving the city?
Complete.
All we know for certain is that Master Chai has shown great concern not only for Yulmore but its surrounding settlements. Seems logical then that having consulted those within the city walls, he would wish to do the same to those without. Hero, if you would go and make inquiries and write, I shall do likewise in Stilltide. Gate Town, I leave to you, Kashir.
Fair enough. Where should we meet when we've finished?
Well, top rung would seem to me to be his next most likely destination. Let's reconvene there. With any luck, one of us will have stumbled upon him by then, but if not, we will be well suited to continue our search.
Oh yeah.
Where do must go now? Yes.
Right there. It's the right place to go.
Oh, I get it. Oh my god.
Bum,
He is in his
bum.
villain arc now.
Haste a lot. Look at you in your Amish-looking suspenders.
What the hell? Going straight for the guy's fashion, huh? You haven't even heard him say anything.
I will take no prisoners as I eviscerate his drip.
No, the name doesn't ring any bells, but there was a rather dapper-looking minstrel gentleman here not too long ago. He wanted to talk about relations between Wright and Yulmore, or rather the lack of them. We lost a great many people to the promise of meal and the chance of a lavish life among the free. And Vothry thought to take even more from us, conscripting the few able-bodied men we had left to guard his paradise. I needn't tell you what happened when the Sin Eaters came. Such things are hard to forgive. But Vothry's gone now, and we're curious to see what will become of Yulmore in his absence. That's what I told your friend. Chai Nuz, was it? And I'm sure the others said the same. Not that he wanted to hear. Not what he wanted to hear, I suppose, because he left soon after, and that was that. Okay, so he's just busy running around town trying to figure out exactly what the hell everybody wants.
Okay, rather than flying up all the way,
What? How is it all the way?
Tomra.
Where could you possibly teleport to that would be faster than just flying up all the way?
I don't know, I just trusted him.
Okay.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
Like, it's such an incredibly long distance anyways. You could be this height of the sky by the time you...
And incredibly long. It'll take like 20 seconds. I'm devastated. Why did video games do this to us?
Right? This is it. It's over now. Time is precious, Keith.
Oops, I accidentally talked to Kaishir, so I was waiting for you to say his line. So he paid a visit to both Wright and Gate Town as well, did he?
Apparently.
I see. Kaishir and I gleaned much the same. He seems determined to salvage what goodwill might yet remain among the settlements of Calusia. The only likely place he has left to go being Amity. Come, if we are quick, we may yet catch up with him. So he's actually campaigning. He was actually taking his duty super seriously. How dare any of us doubt him? How did I fit that tail between those bars?
What? Oh, the jacket tail thing you have?
Yeah, the tail on this top is fitting between the bars on this seat. It's impressive.
There he is.
So we'll have to be Effie now.
Hero, Elfino, Kaishir. What are you doing here?
We might ask you the same, Master Chai. We've been looking all over for you.
Looking for me? Whatever for?
Lady Chai has been nigh inconsolable in your absence. She claims you disappeared without so much as a word and bade us return you to her side.
What in blazes are you talking about? I left a letter for her in her chambers.
Waka waka.
Though I suppose she could have overlooked it. And when she gets an idea in her head, I can only apologize.
No harm done, Master Chai. But since we are here, might I ask what compelled you to come all this way? We were told you'd been elected mayor, and from what we have gathered from the nearby villages, you have been inquiring about the people's grievances. Is it safe to assume you mean to take office?
Now, let's not jump to conclusions. I did seek to learn about the problems faced by the people of Calusia, and that much is true. But I am no means sure I am the man to solve them. Tackling our many challenges would require resources, and until I have secured them, it would not be right to assume the role of mayor.
I see. And you believe said resources can be found here?
Indeed. The people's grievances are many, but in the course of my inquiries, I've already met with several individuals willing to lend their aid in addressing them. However, there remains one individual crucial to my plans. A man whose counsel might yet make a mayor of me.
With respect, such forethought is, in itself, proof of your suitability. The city needs you, Master Chai, and I am certain this man of whom you speak, whoever he may be, will reach the same conclusion. For what little it is worth, we will vouch for you, should you require convincing. Whatever you'll need, you can count on us.
I don't know what to say about thank you.
Nah. You don't need to say anything. You've got your actions to speak for you. For as long as I can remember, all I ever wanted was to make it into Ulamore, but that dream's gone now. Burst like a bubble. Or, boil, more like. Anyway, outside of repaying Master Alphanod, I haven't a clue what to do with myself. Spend most of my days in a daze. But you've been running up and down, trying to find a way to fix this mess for everyone. And I reckon you can do it. You got this lot up to Mount Gold, didn't you? How hard can marrying be? You've got to steer Ulamore to a better future. I know it. And I want to help. Properly help. Do something that makes a difference. I don't know what that is yet, but I'll work it out on the way. If you let me come with you, that is.
Face.
You give me entirely too much credit, a lot of you. But I can't deny that it gives me heart. Come then. Let us press on together.
Thank you, Master Chai.
But we mustn't get ahead of ourselves. Ulamore needs more than a man who's with good intentions. Which is why I'm here. To find one with the experience needed to see the city thrive.
Who is this man, exactly? Are you certain he is here in Amity?
Rendon is his name, and yes, he is. Or was. I had scarcely begun to explain myself when he decided his time was better spent elsewhere. He served as chief advisor to Valtry's father when he was in office. If Ranjit was the mayor's right hand, one might say Rendon was the left. And between them, they kept Ulamore on the road to prosperity. The city needs more than a mere man of business, which is why I must find him.
But even if you do, what makes you think he will listen? Before giving chase, might it not be wise to speak with those who know him here in Amity? They may be able to shed some light on his reason for rejecting your overtures out of hand.
Yes, I suppose that makes sense. Perhaps we should start with Tristal, then. As I recall, you made rather a favorable impression on him. I'm certain he would be willing to talk to us.
Would he now?
And this is probably where we should stop.
Everybody go to bed.